Today I am here with a Mason Hamlin A, which is originally from 1922. What was kind of neat about this piano is it's actually been completely gone through, minus the action, and has been completely restored. So that would include the finish, and I believe the hardware, either it's been replaced or it's been refinished, the strings and the dampers, as well as the soundboard. All of that has been gone through and fixed up and made good as new again. So we're going to take a look at that and just do a little walk around of the piano and check that out. And then at the end I will play the Pirates of the Caribbean theme on the Mason Hamlin A. So let's take a look around at this piano here. As you can see, everything on the piano is basically like new. One thing I kind of think is pretty cool is that they've redone the harp, they've resprayed it and made it real shiny again. So as you can see, this is the old style of harps, and they would have these nubs around the portholes. They don't really do that anymore, but it's kind of cool to look at and see these old pianos. They made the harps a lot fancier back then than they do now. Now they're just really simple, and I don't even know if they do much writing on the harps anymore, but back then they did. And so they resprayed the harp and it looks really shiny and pretty now, which is cool. All the strings are brand new as well, and that's pretty cool because old strings on pianos don't really sound that great, but when they're new they sound awesome. And the soundboard has had some work done to it. There's some shims here, and I don't hear any kind of an issue with it now, so I think they did a good job at redoing that. And the piano has a lot of power as well, so I think they did a good job on the soundboard there because it's got lots of power. And I find this piece of wood down here kind of interesting because I'm not exactly sure what function it serves. I guess it's part of the bridge, but it's a really pretty wood. I don't know why they use such a really pretty piece of wood there, but it's got really nice grain colors and stuff to it, so that's kind of cool. It's also got a finish over it too, so it's protected. Down here at the harp, we have A, and then it says XB, or 3 or something, which I don't know what that means. So if any of you guys know what that means, let me know. And then also what I find interesting is that the Mason and Hamlin people are famous for doing a full perimeter plate, but they didn't do it on this A, which I find kind of interesting. Usually they do. Maybe they don't do it on the Model A pianos. I'm not really sure. But they didn't do a full perimeter plate all along the back spine of the piano, which is kind of interesting. And they also put a new badge on the harp as well. It says Mason Hamlin, and it's a pretty cool looking badge, so that's brand new as well. So as you can see, everything on the piano looks really nice, and the finish also looks like it's brand new. Mason Hamlin doesn't do this curved style of music shelf anymore. They just do a more straight, modern look. So you can, when you see a Mason Hamlin like this, you'll know that it's pretty old. And this one, like I said earlier, is from 1922. And so it's pretty cool. Another thing that's cool about it is, first of all, they kept their old logo, which is pretty neat. And that's their old style logo. They have a much more modern, clean, simple logo now. But also what's cool is this has completely ivory keys, which would be original from 1922 since you can't get those anymore. Now, you might notice that there's some dirt and stuff here, and they're actually not completely done working on the action yet. The piano's not completely ready to go on sale yet, so I'm getting a sneak peek look at the piano. And I think they'll do a great job with the action once that's completely done, because they did a great job with the rest of the piano. And so basically these ivories are two-piece. So you have one piece here, and then you have a second piece down here, which is the tip. And so you'll see a little line that would run right along here, and that's completely normal for this style of ivory keys. So it's not any kind of a crack or defect. That's just how they were made. And so it's pretty cool. Ivory keys are great for playing on pianos because your fingers really stick to them, and they also help absorb sweat. So if it's hot when you're playing, your fingers are less likely to slide around on the keys and make you mess up. Also, all the tuning pins are new, and they are really shiny and awesome looking. So I love looking at new tuning pins. They're so shiny and awesome. So now I'm going to play a song on this 1922 Mason Hamlin A. Now, an interesting thing I wanted to mention is that this Mason & Hamlin was actually made in Boston. And you might think, but Mason & Hamlin still are made in Boston. And technically, they're actually made in Haverhill, which is very close to Boston, but technically they're made in Haverhill today. And so this Mason & Hamlin was made during the old Mason & Hamlin factory, which would be located in Boston, which is kind of an interesting technicality, but it's a little unusual nonetheless. So now I'm going to play the Pirates of the Caribbean theme on the Mason Hamlin piano. So hopefully you enjoy. say about this piano is that it has a really big sound. It's way more powerful than you'd think that a piano of the sound would be, which is really fun if you're playing a loud song like that on this piano. So hopefully you enjoyed this video of the 1922 Mason Hamlin piano that's being restored. I have lots of videos on my channel of new pianos and old pianos and everything in between. So if you think that sounds kind of cool, you might want to go check out my content. And if you think about subscribing and you do, thank you very much. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.